Good morning from Cologne, or as we Americans would probably say, Cologne, here in Germany. It's a little chilly to start. It's supposed to be a high of 30 today, Fahrenheit. And it's cloudy again for us, but hopefully it'll break and the sun will come out. So we don't have very much time here at all today. We actually have to be back on the ship at 12:45 to start our sailing from here to Amsterdam, which is apparently very, very far. Or a very, very long sailing for us. So we have very, very little time here, which is a little unfortunate. I was hoping to have a lot of time, but we're going to do a walking tour today, or this morning, of Cologne, and get to see the cathedral, which is very cool. And then they're going to leave us at the Christmas markets. So we have got to do some last stop buying for some friends of ours. So hopefully they've got some good stuff. But kind of exciting. This is a beautiful place. It is one of the most visited places in all of Germany. So might be a little busy today, but get this tour rolling and start.
Can you hear now?
Mm-hmm. So this morning, as we are kind of making our way here through Cologne a little bit, or Cologne, our tour guide Daniel actually pointed out something that is very obvious, but I didn't really catch on to until just today, which is that sometimes you'll see a lot of these older buildings, pre-19th century, maybe pre-20th century, and they're mixed with buildings that are a little bit more modernized. And obviously, it's because of the bombing raids back in World War II. A lot of those buildings where it didn't make sense to totally destroy them, they just rebuilt them and added on to them. And obviously at the time, modernization of building techniques made those a little bit different. So it's just kind of interesting and a little, I don't know, probably an obvious fact that maybe everybody else would get, but I never even thought about it. I thought, that's really weird. This building looks old, that part looks new, why would they do that? But that's why. So we just learned a little bit more about the culture and history here of Cologne, and we have Tunis and Schill here, which are kind of interesting. I believe this is Schill and this is Tunis, and they say if you rub his nose, it's good luck, and if you shake his hand, you can become rich, but you can only choose one or the other. So kind of interesting, but these are two like puppets, and they're super lifelike, I guess. So we're not going to get to see it today, but in the square that he brought us to, there's not a lot here, but it's really interesting to see kind of some history that's like hidden in a place that's just not so well visited. So, but very cool. So, you rub his nose for good luck, and you see what happens. The tour is moving on, so we're going to continue as well. So as we continued our tour, it became very apparent how much of the architecture and things here in Cologne have this kind of tongue-in-cheek meaning, which seems to be very different than a lot of the other places we had visited. And this became very apparent when our guide showed us this statue up on the side of this building up ahead. And the story that he says is that there was an argument between a roofer and an architect. The architect got mad at this roofer who was too lazy to walk down the stairs, and so he would go to the bathroom in like the drains. Even around some of the other buildings, you can see that this is apparent even more so, and it just kind of continues on, and it just is like this interesting fact that, again, I think if you're not with a tour guide or maybe kind of exploring on your own, there are these little details that are hidden that you'll just never really find. So we just finished the tour, and it is, unbearably cold right now. My fingers are frozen, my toes are frozen. We're gonna go into the cathedral, hopefully warm up a little bit, get a little tour, see it inside. Whew.
Nee, die andere ook. Die andere runter.
What? I don't know either. So now we're inside the cathedral. This is much bigger, I think, than the one that we were in Freiburg. Yes? The Notre Dame Cathedral over there. And, or no, Strasbourg. What am I thinking? Strasbourg. And it's pretty crazy. It's very beautiful in here. It's amazing. All the stained glass, the details. all of the floors, the brick. I mean, everything. It's just, it's pretty crazy to see how much money, time, and effort has gone into a place like this. And we might walk around the outside. There are some pictures to see of, like, I think what it looked like before and after World War II. Obviously, this is what it looks like now. And it's nice. It's free to just kind of come in here and walk through. There are some other things that you can do that are an extra cost, but I mean, just kind of amazing to be inside of something that is just so exceptionally old. I know I've said this in other videos, but it's just crazy coming from the States where we really have nothing that is maybe older than, say, 300 years old, if that. And you come over here into Europe, and it's a culture that is just full of thousands of years of things. So pretty cool.
I want to give you guys a quick idea of what it looks like here, trying to get into a bathroom that you actually pay for. So there's actually these glass doors, these things that you have to walk through, and it's the same for both men and women. You both use the same entryway, and then up ahead it'll split. And so Taylor really needed to use the bathroom. You can kind of see the pay machine up there past these people, but that's kind of like the standard of what you're going to find when you need to use a restroom.
All right, it is time to go into the Christmas market, which is located right here next to the cathedral. We are super cold, so we're actually just going to do a quick pass through here, see if there's anything that we really want to get. Definitely probably going to get some Glühwein, because we need a special Cologne glass, and maybe get something to eat. I don't know, it's cold. My toes might be black. My fingers are definitely red. Okay, let's look at this glove. I got a hole in it. Let's go. Oh. Huh?
This market's packed.
Yeah. This is easily the busiest one that we've seen so far. I think we need to go here. I just see that it says original fondue. So, English.
We let you try something. It's cheese fondue. Kannst du sie probieren lassen?
Oh, you got it?
You want some paper, baked paper?
Yes, please.
Ja. Sie dürfen gern. Herzlich willkommen. You want that too?
Yes, please.
Maybe with a sausage?
Yes, please.
Yes. You can taste whilst I prepare this.
Put my glove back on here.
Polish?
So Taylor and I literally just had talked about not getting any food whatsoever because lunch is going to be here shortly, and you know, why spend the money here, right? But we came across this stand right here, and all I saw was cheese fondue. So I'm like, we got to try this. Looks fantastic. They gave us a little sample. It was amazing. Oh my gosh. And then to top it all off, you can get this fresh made sausage here, which they slice and give to you. So very loud. Really amazing. So great. And again, I love getting something that is from somebody that's a little bit more of like kind of maybe a local producer. So this is so good.
I like that they cut the sausages off the head. I like that they give you like a full experience. You know what I mean? Like all the other places, like they ask you what you want, they take your money, they give it to you. Here,
It's a little more of a show, huh?
oh, you speak English.
Hold on. So this has been the absolute busiest Christmas market that we have been to yet. And if you're from a small town and you're not from the city, it's probably a little easy to forget that pickpockets do happen here and happen frequently. So just be aware of your belongings and where you store them at in your pockets or in your backpack. It's so busy here. I think we're just going to try and make our pass through and head back to the ship. And maybe we'll see some stuff along the way, maybe not. But I just want to I just want you guys to kind of just see as we go with the GoPro rolling just how busy this place is in comparison to everything else. I mean, these are the largest Christmas markets that we have been to yet. And we still have Amsterdam tomorrow, which from what I was looking at looks pretty big, but I don't know if it's as big as what is here. So let's keep moving. Oh wait, I forgot, we got Glühwein. And we waited in a pretty long line, the longest line that we've had to wait in. So little red cups, and we're going to keep both of them. Good, let's go. So this is also definitely the first market that I feel like it's very easy to get lost in as we maneuver our way through the crowds here. Oh, we're coming back up to another candle house thing. I'd really love to get one of these.
They have real little ones here.
But I don't have enough cash anymore to get one, so. They must be like a big wine producer. So I know we haven't done a lot of stuff from here on the ship, and really that's been because, well, we haven't really been on the ship that much. We've been out touring a lot of the times, and most of the time the free time that we have on the ship is usually after dinner, and Taylor and I usually go back and go to sleep. But we just had a really great presentation by our cruise director, Nina, on a lot of like the customs and culture of the Dutch people in the Netherlands. So really great, educational, and now she has some little snacks that we're going to try that are kind of Dutch specific, and I believe gin. Well, it looks like you can kind of think you can do that by yourself over here. That's just what they're doing. So let's go ahead and give this a try. That's what we're trying. I know that these I know these waffle cookies are good. So this gin, she said, is actually very different than what we would be probably used to in the States. But apparently gin did get its start in the Netherlands, so that's kind of cool. Yeah, it does not smell anything like gin. A traditional gin, you'd get this strong note of juniper. Not the case here at all. This actually is almost fruity. Almost now like rubbing alcohol. Cheers.
Ooh, I can see your face. You try and hold it in, buddy.
I don't know how to describe it. I don't get a lot of like different subtle notes with what a traditional gin would be, right? You'd get a lot of like different, get the juniper and then different notes of like spices that they might use in that. This to me is like a vodka, basically.
Cookies good. So every day on the ship, around 4 o'clock, they do tea time. And along with tea time, they also put out a bunch of snacks. So all kinds of desserts. So today there's a few different kinds of desserts up here, and there were some wraps, but everybody snacked those already. But there are some sandwiches along with the desserts on this side. And then the tea is right over here. They're actually restocking right now. And the tea is always here, but tea time is really snack time. But there's always some cookies up here you can get too. And some like biscuits almost. But this is also, I have to move kind of slow. This is also like the first day we've been able to see the sun really well and see the sunset. So we have not seen the sun like this in a couple days, at least shining this bright. It's been cloudy and cold, and now we got a nice sunset.
Hey everybody, we just wanted to remind you real quickly that if you're thinking about doing a river cruise, you're enjoying this and you're like, man, I gotta get on one of these river cruises, send us an email. Fill out our form. We can help you plan your next vacation, and that's Taylor and I personally. It doesn't cost you anything extra, and you're gonna have an absolutely amazing time. Cannot wait for everybody to continue to see the rest of these videos, because it truly was an absolute magical vacation. So we will get back to it. Well, this morning is our final breakfast day here on the ship. And it's kind of sad because it seems like it has just gone by so quickly. It seems like we just got on yesterday in Switzerland, and now we're here in Amsterdam. So we actually have an entire day here in Amsterdam, plus overnight, which is kind of exciting. And I'm not sure how much we're going to be back on the ship, what we're going to do out there, but you know, it is just a little sad. So we're enjoying our breakfast. But yeah, so looking forward to the day. So officially here in Amsterdam, we just got off the boat, and we're actually going to be taking about a 10-minute walk, I guess, to where the canals are at, and we're going to be doing a little canal tour of Amsterdam. Now, I will say that...
canal cruise.
Oh, it's a canal cruise. Excuse me, Taylor corrected me. I will say that this is probably something that's better enjoyed in the summer months than it is in the winter. So it looks like it's kind of like partially enclosed, but we'll see.
Did you put a pin at the ship?
Yes. Thank you.
The canal cruise was pretty cool. A nice way to be able to see a little bit of Amsterdam. This was about an hour tour, and we had a really great narrator. However, I do stand by the fact that I think that this is something that is far more enjoyed in the summertime, and we haven't done the summertime yet, but it just was really cold. The windows were super foggy, and it took a while for them to really defrost so that we could actually see what was happening. But all in all, I mean, it was cool. You get to see a lot of different things. You get to see some of these houseboats. You get to see some of the leaning buildings, and they just give you this all-around great history of Amsterdam and the whole canal system. So again, though, you know, if you don't want to have, like, if you don't want to sit on the canal, like on the canal boats, you can also walk around the city itself. You just have to watch out for bicyclers, because they will get you.
All right, so we just finished our canal tour. So Taylor, what do you think of the canal tour?
I really enjoyed the canal tour because it was inside and it was kind of warm because I'm now freezing again. But I really liked the canal tour. That was like one thing I wanted to do when we came to Amsterdam. And then when I found out it was our included excursion, I was like, this is perfect. So that has been one of my favorite things, is that with Emerald, you have one included excursion every single day. And I think we finished with the best one here on a canal cruise in Amsterdam. I loved being able to see all the like old buildings of old Amsterdam. And we did go past the, what they call the Anne Frank house. That's where they actually were in hiding here in Amsterdam. And we saw some crazy like leaning buildings in this one part, and just some like iconic looking spots all throughout the canal cruise. So I enjoyed that a lot.
All right, so we have walked from the boat to Amsterdam Central. It's spelled with two A's. But basically, this is the Central. This is where you can get a bus, get a taxi, get a train, tram, literally just about anything. So this is where we're going to go in and meet Paige at. She might still be on her little boat
Canal
thing.
tour?
Canal tour, yeah. So we're going to go in here and warm up a little bit, see if we can find an ATM, and just hang out.
That's so crazy. Of all the places.
I know, right?
I'm not going to get it. I don't want them to think I'm jumping the line.
So we finally found Paige when we were back at Starbucks, and we're kind of making our way through. We're gonna end up making our way down to the palace, but I really want to have some stroop waffles while we are here. So we found this little place. There's nobody here. It's very tiny, very cute, and we're gonna get some. I just want like
Dogs, and so she's like, I'll just stay here so we won't have to board them.
We decided to come inside and heat up a little bit. Paige recommended this place. It is Royal 98, and we have got some cocktail. Well, no, they're not cocktails. Sorry.
technically you and I have cocktails.
Oh, I guess we do, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
Paige has wine, but I would like to say that it's 5 o'clock somewhere, but that would be ahead of us. So it's back in the States right now. I think it's only like maybe 9 o'clock in the morning.
Hey, it's
so.
early.
But yeah, so I've never had one of these before.
It's Prosecco and strawberry.
That's pretty good. All right, so it's been a little while. We just had a fantastic little kind of sit down in the warm air of that little kind of like cafe-ish. I don't even know what to really describe it with Paige.
It's like a little boutique restaurant.
So we just kind of hung out in there and chatted and did a little catch up, and we're now gonna kind of make our way around Amsterdam a little bit, start making our way back towards the ship. I think we're gonna go back and maybe eat on the ship, and then if I can convince Taylor to go back out afterwards, we'll see.
We'll see.
But we are going to make our way down to the red light district. Now, obviously, we can't like film anything down there because it's kind of rude.
We're not going to either.
You can't take any photos, but you know what I mean? Like, you're here in Amsterdam, our cruise director literally said that we needed, like, that's just like a thing that you do. You just, you walk down there and kind of just check it out. So that's what we're going to do. What'd you think?
I told Josh it was a letdown because we didn't really see anything.
I'm not sure what all Taylor really wanted to go see, but...
Well, I didn't really want to see anything.
You know, I think we got the general vibe of the street.
We just saw a bunch of red lights and windows, and that's literally it.
There's 2 people we saw in the windows. They weren't doing anything. They're sitting there.
They were on their phones.
Well, you know, it's a different time, different age.
I guess.
Well, we never did make it back out after we made it back to the ship to eat dinner, even though we were staying overnight in Amsterdam. It just wasn't really our scene. And that concludes our whole river cruise. I wish we had a better outing or a better ending, but, you know, the fun for us didn't stop here in Amsterdam because we actually got up the next morning and jumped on a flight to London to go see some of our great friends, Alan and Lisa, and get a tour. And so all of that will be coming up next. And, you know, I have to say, this was one of the best vacations that we have ever taken, this river cruise up or down the Rhine, so to speak. Getting to see so many different places, from Strasbourg to Cologne yesterday to just, I mean, everything that we got to do, everything that we had to experience. The cold, yes, it was bitter, but you know what? Well worth it. Well worth it. And we would totally do this type of river cruise again. One of the best way to see a lot of the Christmas markets. You only ever have to unpack your stuff once, and you get to a new place every single day. So let us know if you're going to try a river cruise in the near future, and we will see you all in the next one.